Okay, so we are shuffling. Hello, hello. If you're coming in, I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. Let's see what you need to know. So what area in your life needs more attention right now? So right now, truth transcends illusion. So you've got to be honest with yourself. Now is not the time to be delulu, my friend. And dog, be loyal to what it is that you love. So be honest with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Also tell yourself, tell people when you're angry. So be loyal to what it is, and the truth is coming out. It doesn't matter how big the lie, even with yourself, eventually it's all going to come into the light. Peacock, let it shine. It's time, right? You've been hiding your beauty. You've been hiding your plumage, your special, what makes you special. So now it's time to rise up. Let yourself be shown and seen. Otter, you are never alone. And Spider, make your dreams a reality. So even if it feels like you are completely alone right now, now is the time to be speaking to your ancestors. So you are never alone, and weave your dreams into reality. So this is recognizing you are always co-creating with God, universe, source, spirit, your angelic team, whatever you want to call it. So create your most beautiful life. Realize that you are not alone. Even when you feel like no one's with you, no, your ancestors are walking behind you. And on the healing journey, when you decide to break the generational trauma and curses, it's very painful, right? The living don't enjoy that, but your ancestors are standing behind you and guiding you. So speak what you wish to see into reality. All right. So Otter, you are never alone. And Spider, weave your dreams into reality. And recognizing, okay, I've got to do the dang thing, right? I can't keep my mouth closed and wonder why I'm not getting what it is I desire. Okay. And this is feeling okay, so Crow, co-create with the universe, and Pig, use your mind wisely. They're both in reverse, though. It's like you forgot your wisdom. You forgot how to tap into that knowledge. This part, though. Buffalo Spirit, the universe always provides. So you're never alone. You're always creating, but you have to actually say what it is that you want. So start dreaming again. Because if you don't ask for it, it will not become a reality. Okay, Flamingo, embrace the in-between. So when you're not quite where you want to be, but you're not quite where you were, that's that uncomfortable growth period, but recognizing you can't go back and the only progression is forward, so keep moving. All right? Very uncomfortable, but keep going. You are abundant. You are provided for. Dream into reality what it is that you want. But remember to actually dream. Okay? Use your mind wisely. So being realistic, that whole when pigs fly, no, be realistic about what it is that you want, but co-create. Okay? So what area in your life needs more attention right now? Let us see what it is that you need to know. I am Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. If you like my vibe, comment, share, consider booking a read with me, right? If it fits, it fits. If it does not apply, let it fly. So that's always the advice in life. If something feels like it fits you, right, it is for you. If it does not, keep moving. Okay, Lion, be generous of spirit. Okay? It's reciprocity, right? If you're wanting something, you do have to give up something. So Lion is saying, be generous. What is it that you want? And start pouring into it. And if that's pouring into you even, have you been pouring into you? Have you been generous with yourself? Ooh, I just threw some cards. Let's see what we need to know that flew out. Okay. So 6 of Wands, whatever you've been going through, you're going to have a victory, but it's knowing, okay, I've got to be willing to keep going and growing where I need to go. So let us change decks. Let's see what we need to know. Hello, hello. I am Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. Let's see what is going on. Okay, 9 of Pentacles in reverse. You've been pouring into everyone else except for what you want to be pouring into, which is you. Okay? If everybody else comes with their hands out, but you're not actually taking care of you, you're not really helping. You're not really helping, right? So let's see. What else do we need to know? Okay. 3 of Wands. and Seven of Swords. You're building your foundation. You do have to be so incredibly careful about who is in your circle that is being deceptive towards you. Okay, so Three of Wands is saying like you're building, you want to be building, but Seven of Wands is saying please be so careful and make sure you're watching who is in your circle that is not for you. Queen of Wands, you could be dealing with a very fiery Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but recognizing like, ooh, no, they're being petty. They're being petulant. They're not actually helping us grow. Queen of Cups, this is you, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But other than that, it's saying that you're embodying your emotions. If it comes to fiery and passionate or loving your emotions, choose you. Choose calm, right? Decide what makes you happy and then remove all of the rest. All right? Hello, hello, and Judgment. Calling Judgment. Hello, Lady T. Okay, so Judgment is saying we've got to let this go. All right? So quit holding on to things that are not for you. All right? And guys, I'm not answering personal messages today. This is collective energy reads. Okay? So collective energy reads are saying, you know, this isn't your personal message. If it fits, right, take the messages, but otherwise come sit with me. So Judgment is saying we're going to call that judgment. We're going to say this is no longer going on. All right. And it starts internal and then it transfers external. So start calling your judgment and saying this isn't love. This isn't healthy. This isn't supportive. And then remove everything else. All right. That is the part of it. We do have death. It is coming out in reverse. So death in reverse is saying that you've got to get into that rebirth, right? You can't give up. You can't let go. You have to actually keep moving, but you do have to actually call judgment so you can bring in what it is that you need. Okay. The Chariot and Page of Swords. So Chariot is focusing on what it is that makes us happy. Okay. What our stability is, what is pushing forward. With Page of Swords though, it's saying we're cutting out anything that is childish, it's petty. We've got to keep growing and going. So guys, we are doing collective energy reads. If you're wanting personal messages, like if you're wanting personal answers, message me directly, right? That's sitting down one-on-one and unpacking things. Page of Swords though, this is being curious about what's going on, but also with Chariot, focusing on what it is that is truly your stability, your happiness, nurturing. All right. So hello, hello. I am Lara Joe. Why are all of my cards are all in weird reversals? Okay, hello. Let's see what you need to know. All right, we are doing collective energy reads. I'm not answering personal messages. If you're asking personal messages, you're going to have to book with me directly. All right, let us see. What is something you are missing from your energetic field? Okay, idealism and recovery. You've been too focused on the dream and you haven't actually been putting in the reality to take care of it, right? We've been dreaming. We're like, oh, idealism, but we haven't actually been resting. So have you forgotten to rest today, right? And rest can look like nourishing yourself. Breathe, rest, drink water, meditate. Okay. So thank you, Hallie. Hello. Hello. I recognize with Faye. So here we go. So idealism recovery. It's time to sit down and rest. And I had that happen last week. I was like, I have so much to do. And I forced myself to rest because I'm like, I need to rest. And I'm glad I did because major things happen. And this as well. Anyway, if you've ever had children, right before delivery, you'll have to take a nap. Or not, you don't have to take a nap, but the urge right before doing the final push for delivery is to rest. Right? We take a little nap. And people are like, what are you doing? You're so sleepy. You have to push. No, you need that little cat nap truly to be able to push forward. So remember that rest is sacred and it's okay to dream, but please make sure that you also are taking that time to recuperate. Okay? So dream all you want, but resting is how we dream, and that's how we actually pull it in and integrate. Yeah, so hello. Yes. Oh my gosh. Babies are a whole other thing, right? So, hello. What is something you are missing from your energetic field? Ooh, we got it. Okay, divine fruit, spite. Ooh, whew. Okay, endurance and fulfillment. All right. Hello. Okay. So divine fruit. Yes. And like whenever you actually sit and book with me, like cards fly everywhere. Like spirit gets expressive. But divine fruit is saying, what is it that you truly want? Right? What are you working towards? Spite, though, you have got to tune out anyone else that is hateful, because it's not their journey. They don't know what it is that you're going after, because look at how gorgeous, how beautiful that is. But spite is saying that people that are not on your path do not understand, and they just want to get in the way. And you have to cut those people out, right? You have to decide. You versus you, the game is you today, and you're in competition with no one, but anybody that has feelings towards you, that's those feelings. That's their feelings, right? Projection isn't your problem. So stop letting other people outside of you, and this, guys, stop taking criticism from people that are not living the life that you want, right? If people are like criticizing you, but they're not actually doing what it is that you came here to do, you can't listen. You have to like put the headphones on and tune the haters out. So spite is saying, hey, you don't have any jurisdiction in my life because you don't actually live that dream life that you say you do. So with this as well, endurance is saying, okay, we're going to find that push. We're going to find, and when you say you had the cesarean, yeah, no. Okay, so that's a lesson, Allie will say, is that when you natural birth, right, you have the sleep before the push. So, but endurance is saying, take that moment to rest, okay, before you push forward, because we do have fulfillment. You'll have success, okay? So recognizing, all right, R. So this is that part, guys. If you're in and it resonates, if it fits, it sits, right? If it does not apply, let it fly. Okay. I am a true sayer, which makes me very unpopular, right, with the haters. All right. So, guys, we're doing collective energy reads. If you want personal one-on-ones, come book with me. As far as suitors and potential baby mama drama, if I were you, I would pull back, right, until you get clearer answers. So recognizing if there's questions about love and paternity and stuff, instead of jumping headfirst in and being angry, step back just a little bit until you see the full picture, because it doesn't feel like Jocelyn, it feels kind of like it isn't true. Like, it isn't true, but I also wouldn't, if that's the surrounding around him, there's messiness. And if he's the messiness, you don't want to get involved. Or if he likes to involve messy people, right, that part, you don't want to get involved, because you may be the next ex-girlfriend that has this drama, right? So I love when guys say, oh, my ex is crazy. Well, dude, you're the common denominator, right? So if every one of your exes is crazy, and I'm going to say that as a boy or a girl, right? If you're a girl and every one of your exes is crazy, you're the common denominator. So it's recognizing what shadows within you need to be fixed. Not fixing other people, not like it's fixing the shadows within you that keep bringing those things into your reality. Because once you pass that lesson, like once you stop inviting certain things, you won't be presented with that opportunity like that again. Unless it's like a learning, like, hey, did you actually learn this lesson? So, and that goes with addictions as well, guys. And I'm going to speak on this because I was a functioning alcoholic. I have been sober for over 3 years since my divorce became final. Like the day my divorce became final, I got sober, right? But it's becoming realistic with yourself, telling yourself no, right? And being your own leader and saying, you know what? No, I'm no longer going to keep participating in this behavior that perpetuates misery in my life. So you can't wait for other people to save you. Like if you're in active addiction, you can't wait for people to intervene. You have to be brave enough to stand up and say no. If you need help, come talk to me, right? Because when I say like I came out of addiction, I didn't have anybody to help me. I didn't have support. I didn't have insurance. I literally got sober myself through healing practices. So guys, healing really works. But when you heal those core wounds, instead of trying to pour into someone else, you will no longer be presented with those addictions, right? Or those patterns. So we keep thinking like, oh, it's just going to go away. No, it goes away when you make a conscious decision and recognize your patterns and you say, this ends here. Right. My job's been really hard, but like when I overcame addiction, this ends with me so that my children's children don't have to face addiction. They don't have to face alcoholism. And guys, or because also that comes along with all that is abuse, right? Addiction is linked to abuse. I didn't get this way because I wanted to be. I got this way because I was in a very traumatic experience. But that trauma doesn't define me. My addiction didn't define me. And now we get to move forward. So if this is something you need help with, please come sit with me. Come talk to me. Let's learn together. Let's heal together and grow. Okay. So we're going to hop back into this deck, and the devil on the bottom, this is addictions, it's patterns, it's recognizing, okay, we can't keep doing this if we want a good life, right? You can't keep inviting chaos, pain, heartbreak into your life if you're wanting to embody your emotions. Queen of Cups is saying your emotions matter, right? If you're prioritizing everybody else, well, who's prioritizing you? And that's your job, right? It's your job to fix your path so that you don't keep perpetuating your pain. All right, so are you in alignment with what you want? Yes, but you have to actually tap into those emotions. You have to be willing to do the hard work. All right, and show up on the days in this part. I'm going to say this. If you've made it here to listen to me, congratulations. You have made it through 100% of your hardest days. And you know what? I'm proud of you. Thank you for coming. Right, if you've made it here, everything that was sent to destroy you up to this point, it didn't. Not pain, not disease, not illness, not bad people, not society. So please, my friends, stop saying that you're not worthy of love. Stop saying that it's for someone else. No, you showed up. You got dressed. You came. Right? And that's really fucking hard. So if you're struggling with anything today, thank you for showing up. You've made it through 100% of your hardest days. And if you never see me again, please know how much of a warrior that you are, that you did make it through 100% of your hardest days that came to kill you. You said, so please know that you're a badass. And if you've landed on my page, we've got big paths. Let's go, my friends. Get up. Let's go. Right? I got you. Okay, let's see. Knight of Pentacles, High Priestess. I love it. And Temperance. Okay, this is giving me, and my kiddo would kill me for saying this, closed mouths don't get fed. Temperance is saying, like, speak your piece, but also know that sometimes you have to remove yourself, right? Anybody know the Sagittarius in their life? Right? They very fiery, passionate, temperamental, but knowing that patience, because the toes you step on today may be the asses you have to kiss tomorrow. So Temperance is saying, be patient. Right? Don't rush into anything. Knight of Pentacles, High Priestess. So this is your building, slow and steady. Like, Knight of Pentacles is like dependable, solid as a rock, right? It's slow and steady. It's methodical. It's meant to last. This is like generational legacy because you're not cutting corners. You're not skipping. It's like, oh God. Like in my case, right? I didn't cut corners. I didn't cheat. I didn't steal. I didn't lie. I didn't, any of that. So it's going to take me longer, but that also means it's going to last longer because it's built on steady foundation. So Temperance, that's like steady as it goes. Slow and steady wins the race. It's saying, okay, Knight of Pentacles, it's methodical. It's slow. It's boring, right, guys? You don't always realize sometimes your moneymaker is off the boring shit. Like, we want it to be the cool thing that we're like, oh yeah, like I made the next coolest thing. No, your moneymaker may be like the most boring thing that you're like, it's like watching paint dry. But what if that boring thing makes you millions for your family? So it's saying, do the thing, do the right things. Don't cut corners. Okay, High Priestess though. This is, and being patient, right? Instead of saying, fuck you, breathe and say hello. So, hello. Temperance is that patience and saying, ooh, okay. Knight of Pentacles, recognizing that this is a journey, not a race. So it's going to be slow, steady, enjoy. When it's hard, enjoy that because the hard times don't last forever. And when it's good, enjoy that because you're going to appreciate the good times when you can recognize what you had to go through to get here. And that's not saying you have to struggle to learn. That's just saying when you work for it, you truly appreciate what it is that you get. So Knight of Pentacles, this is saying like slow, steady, dependable. This is feeling satisfied, but being patient with yourself and everyone else for you. High Priestess is saying tap in your intuition. SV, if you're asking if they're the one for you, your intuition is saying that there's something not right there. I need you to listen to it. As someone that did not listen, right, almost 20 years ago, to my intuition fully, I'm going to tell you, if you don't think that they're correct, like the right one for you, they're probably not. And please do not settle. Please don't say, oh, it's not that bad or it's okay. No, because that creates unhappiness and there's so much more that goes with that. Okay. Nicole, my little love, what I need you to do as far as May and you reconciling, I need you to pour into you because there's a core wound in you that needs to be addressed. 7 of Pentacles right now, though, I want you, versus reconcile, I want you to focus on different avenues to be able to create financial stability. Okay, so 7 of Pentacles, this is diversification. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. So while you're waiting for others, get busy, right? Create. Do the weird thing. Dance in your living room. Like, that's the part. When I left behind the people that weren't for me and that I kept waiting for, I got to discover me, right? And I'm a pretty cool girl. So I'm like, ooh, I wish I had done that so much longer, right? Stop waiting for others and start building your most beautiful life. All right? The Lovers, that whole... This is saying partnerships coming in, right? So we're bringing in Lovers. This is Gemini energy. It's the duality, right? It's the yin to the yang. So partnerships, but recognizing, are you being healthy in that partnership, right? Are you bringing in what it is that you truly want? Okay, the Emperor, Aries energy, you need to take charge of your life because if you are willing to bring in love and partnership, you are the one that has to create it, right? What does love look like for you? What does stability look like for you? Not anyone else, but you are collaborating. You're taking charge of your life and you're saying, okay, this is me. 6 of Wands, you will have victory, right? 6 of Wands is saying whatever's been going on, yeah, you're going to have a good time. But remembering, did you do the hard work or were you busy playing, right? Larcy, we're doing collective energy reads, so hop in and listen, babes, because I'm not doing one-on-ones. That's a book with me kind of thing, because I've got huge bills such as back to school, which was not a factor up until Sunday night. I was not anticipating having to take care of extra expenses, and it was not given a choice. It was just straight handed. Okay, 3 of Wands, 4 of Cups. This is saying 3 of Wands we're building. 4 of Cups is recognizing we've had that financial lack. Okay, we've felt like we've been left out in the cold, but you have to keep realizing not everyone can come with you. If they made you feel like you weren't good enough or you were left out in the cold, they don't deserve to climb the ladder with you and help you find your happiness. So, get to moving. Those people that left you behind, they ain't shit. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, closing out the chapter, saying what is not for me is no longer coming with me. I'm not going to keep entertaining anything that keeps me drained, stuck, stagnant, angry, depressed. Like, please make that vow to yourself today. You will not spend any more time in unhappiness. You will do everything to close the chapters on the doors that kept you in unhappiness. The world is saying close it out. We can't keep going. We can't keep doing this thing. So the world is asking you, close out the chapter so that you can actually bring in, right? 10 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Okay, so Knight of Wands, fiery, passionate, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and it's saying we have to drop those balance. 10 of Wands is saying drop those burdens because you can't keep carrying everybody else's shit. All right, 6 of Pentacles, when you drop those burdens from people, places, things, because this is that feeling of people wanting to spend your resources, but not actually wanting to be a part of the acquisition of resources, right? So Knight of Wands and 10 of Wands is saying, oof, we can't keep doing this anymore, right? When we do drop those burdens, we bring in 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles, this is even bigger because this is like life and death and the balance of it all. It's finally saying like those scales are balanced. I'm a Libra, so hello. But 6 of Pentacles is saying you're building and this is actual sustainable, maintainable wealth. But cutting off those, finally taking that decisive action, saying no more. Like you have to be decisive and say, not today, Satan. And drawing boundaries is protection, right? Because boundaries, people say, oh, well, you're punishing me. No, this is saying that if you continue perpetuating this behavior, we're no longer dealing with each other. So it's not a punishment. It's saying, I'm going to remove myself because this is not appropriate behavior and I respect myself enough. So the world is closing out the chapters, like closing the doors and saying, I respect myself more than entering into that agreement with that person, that place, that thing that keeps me feeling like I don't have a place. Like it keeps me feeling like I don't have anything. No. So close out those chapters. If it's a thief of joy, it needs to go. Okay? All right. Hermit, go within. Hello, Ashley. Go within so you don't go without. Okay, so hermit energy is recognizing you have the lantern, you have the knowledge, you have the truth, but you've got to be brave enough to do the walk and look for it, right? You can't ask other people to just give you the information, or you can't ask people to live your life for you. When you say you want someone else to do it, you're letting other people live your life and your dream. Why are you doing that? It's your dream. It's your results. It's your gains. So what are you doing not getting your life, right? Hello. I'm Lara Joe, Siren Song Lover. Let's see what you need to know. Unathi, you have to speak it into existence. Instead of saying, will I be able to, just say the right opportunities, because it's all about reframes, okay? So it's saying, I will be provided the opportunities to financially support my kids and mother, okay? So start speaking it over your life. And it may not be a reality today, and it may not sound like, it may sound feeble when you first say it. But speaking over your life, saying, okay, Unathi, my dude, girl, boy, girl, whatever. What I'm going to say is that you have to speak your reality. If you say it will never happen, you're right. It will never happen. If you say, I am curious to see how this becomes a reality, or you just command it over your life, it will become a reality, right? When you speak over your life and say, this is my reality, it will become it. So be so very careful about what it is that you're speaking. But speak positivity. Say, I will find the opportunities. The opportunities will come to me joyfully and easily, whatever it is. And if you need help, come work with me, right? Book with me one-on-one. If you want to change your life in real life, come work with me. Because the results I've seen are amazing within my own life, within my clients. Okay, so if you want and need help truly changing your life in real life, come sit with me, right? Okay, what is something you are missing from your energetic field? And as far as guys, if things are wanting to know if they're working out or not, like come book a message with me. But it's more or less like you're wanting certainty when nothing about life is certain. You have to actually just enjoy the ride. Okay? Wrath and fluidity. All right. Earth, give me a moment. And who else asked for a card? Because it blocked it. But if you want to ask for another card. Guys, we are doing collective energy reads. If you need one-on-one messages, or you want to help change your life in real life, like you need the deep personal healing or guidance, come message book with me, right? Okay, so wrath and fluidity. It doesn't feel, Ashley, like that relationship is serious, but you do need to cut people off, okay? Wrath and fluidity is saying you've been too kind towards you do need to actually cut people off. Because people think you're soft or they think you're too easy. Nope. I tell people, I'm like, hey, go pick a safer bitch to play with. Because people really will be playing your face thinking that you won't defend yourself. Well, my friend, angels carry swords. So you defending yourself is not wrong. Like, don't go provoke people, but also, if people come for you, that you don't take that lightly. Natty, if Fiona is your soulmate, that's something deeply personal. You need to follow your own internal personal guidance. If you want, come book a one-on-one with me, because I can help guide you on signs that if that's truly your person. But it's, that's not a general collective read, right? That's come in a book with me. Milk and honey. What is it that you truly want? And honestly, guys, you have to say, and I had a client, she's like, oh, he's my dream person, but I'm going to freak out if he doesn't have hair. Well, ironically, when she showed up, that dude didn't have hair. And she was disappointed. I said, then he's not your dream person. She's like, well, all these other factors. I'm like, no, the universe listens. And if you accept something that's not truly your happiness, it will destroy your life. So milk and honey, be so specific about what it is that you're wanting. Okay? And what it is that you're bringing into reality. Ashley, we are doing collective energy reads. This is not answering your personal messages. Guys, I'm not your personal secretary. If you want messages, you have to actually come book with me. Sit with me. Would you ask your therapist these questions, or would you actually sit down and book an appointment? I'm not trying to, but Ashley, it's one of those, it's like, it's bothersome, like, to everyone, right? Because this is just a general read, but if you want actual answers, come sit with me, because we change your life in real life. Because we go from, does Dan truly love you? Like, when people come to me, they say, oh, does he truly love me? No, I go, do you truly love you? Because if you don't, we need to fix your mirror, not his. Right? People not loving you, that's a you thing. That's a you worthiness wound. And you need to look in the mirror and fix you before you ask about these people. That's the hardest thing as a reader, as a mom. When people say, oh, that advice. I'm like, you're asking the wrong questions. Because you're asking about them. But what you need to be asking is about you. Right? Because it's your life, your decisions. You have to live with the consequences, not anybody else. Right? So mirror is very powerful for recognizing who is creating your problem. You look in the mirror first, not them. Right? What in you is asking for this lesson to keep repeating? And when you're ready to quit the lesson, you'll find someone like me to be like, hey, how do I get out of this? So come book with me. Right? Get the messages, get the answers that you truly need to help change your life in real life. Like, guys, I've taken people from, like, I've taken in a very short amount of time, people that could hardly walk to being able to chase sunsets and sunrises, right? I've taken people from not hardly walking at all to now being outside. So when I say what I do has real impact and I help people change their life in real life, I do. But you can't, it's not trivial, it's not casual, it's not like what I do is not parlor tricks. Like, I really do work with some, and some beings that can fuck you up. So life is real. Start taking it seriously. Okay, the spiritual realm is real. Start taking it seriously. You guys all think that this is fun and games. It's not. There is real consequences to everything. And there's a lot more going on than we realize. People want to be like, oh, is he into me? I'm like, dude, you should be more focused about, are we going to be able to eat because our government leaders are doing all kinds of things, instead of if that dude at the gym that you've known for a minute likes you, right? We need to be figuring about bigger humanitarian issues than trivial. I'm not saying that we, like this sometimes can be like that spiritual bypassing, but you also do have to recognize, if you want change in real life, you have to get off the internet and go enact it. All right. So if you're needing help with that, come message me. So if you're wanting help in real life, message me, come talk to me, come work with me. Hello. Let us see what area in your life needs more attention. So guys, this is the animal oracle deck that I'm pulling from right now. What area in your life needs more attention? Let's see what you need to know. Ooh. Okay, I'm not taking all of those. We will take dragonfly. So truth transcends illusion. And we are in Saturn retrograde, and Saturn is karma, Libra, right? So that truth is not going to be able to hide. And guys, we do Saturn retrograde every year, right? That's not a surprise. Just like Mercury retrograde, as much as everybody hates Mercury retrograde, we do that 3 times a year. This year, though, we have it particularly turbulent because they've all been in water signs. The first Mercury retrograde was in Pisces. Anybody know Pisces? God love them, but Delulu is hell. You got to be realistic. So that's saying, okay, that truth has to transcend the lies, because that's no longer dreamy. Yes, Florence, let it go. The sooner you do, the better, right? You'll feel a relief. And I'm not trying to be like flippant, but I promise you, when it's time, you got to let it go, because it will hurt you if you keep holding on, right? And this, when you hold on to someone that's not for you, you delay your path and theirs. Like this part, when people, like I have tons of people that hold on to me, but that's delaying their happiness, right? And my happiness. So when you let go of someone, you free both you and them to be able to do what you need to do. So Dragonfly is saying that illusion, you got to let it go. You've got to be so realistic about what you have going on. right? And that's never comfortable. It's never fun. Nobody likes to be like, oh, this is the truth, because it hurts, right? It's easier to be like, la 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 la, everything's great. But you do have to recognize when you're in danger or when you're in trouble, you got to go, all right? Okay, we are doing collective energy reads. So Pretty Averis, we are doing collective reads, but here's this part. You have got to follow your heart, right? And I love, okay, I may know hummingbirds because they are truly like masters of presence, all right? So be present with yourself and be willing to change directions and fly off where you can. Hummingbird, be here now, being present in this moment, because if you aren't, if you're in the past, you're going to miss what's happening here and you're not going to make your future destination. Or if you're thinking too far ahead, it's like you're going to miss those opportunities that will get you to that destination. So you have to be here now. If you are a disassociation queen, it's time to learn how to ground. And if you need help with that, if you need help with how to ground in and be here now and present, come talk with me. Okay, so Hummingbird is saying be in the now. Antelope, life is speeding up, and that's also, and think of how fast hummingbirds are. So this is all about efficiency, speed, expediency. So Hummingbird, Antelope is getting faster, but you've got to pay attention right now to be going forward. If you think that they're still in a third party, they are. Babe, and I just need you to keep moving. We are doing collective energy reads, but if you want one-on-one personal messages directly to you, message me. I do have my reading specials, or my reading prices pinned, and you book through Cash App or any of the other paying services. We can talk about it. But if you need personal messages, come book with me one-on-one. Lion, be generous of spirit, and Peacock, it's time to shine. So it's time for you to show up and show out. This is what that is, and it's coming right meow. So you have opportunities being presented to you right now, but are you actually listening to them? Are you following them? Because this is your opportunity to let it shine and to be able to show everyone and give back. So being present, because it's speeding up faster than you can ever know. So where I was going, guys, Mercury retrograde was in Pisces. This last one was in Cancer, which is in family, home. It's also emotions. And then the next one's in Scorpio. And Scorpio is about death and transformation. So the next Mercury retrograde, which we will be hitting in Scorpio season, is closing out those chapters that can no longer come with us. So recognizing you got to let things go so you can keep growing. But be generous of spirit as you go. Right? And Wolf, turn knowledge into wisdom. Everything you went into, that's your alchemy into your greatest path. So turn that heartache into wisdom, because that's what's going to help you grow. It's not about, guys, I'm an alchemist. I'm a transmuter. That's what I help teach others. It's when life hands you lemonades, a transmuter, an alchemist will make you lemonade. That's what we do. So we may be like, ooh, this is sour. Nope. How can I make this a reality? Okay, so transmutation and alchemization is, instead of being bitter or angry that you got handed something that may not work for you, it's recognizing, nope, how do we make this grow? So Seven of Pentacles, Temperance is also saying be very patient, right? Because the toes you step on today may be the asses you have to kiss tomorrow. I need you to realize, like, watch your temper, because the people you piss off today may be the ones that you need a favor from. So, Seven of Pentacles, though, this is saying, please do not put all of your assets, resources in one basket. Like, diversify. So instead of saying, this is my job, be like, okay, how can I find other ways as well to supplement? But it's also being so incredibly patient. Right? Rome wasn't built in a day, yet it did burn down in one. So as you're building, you're going to have to build with different, like I say, Seven of Pentacles is saying all those different avenues to bring in the reality. But Temperance is saying be so patient. All right. And Sagittarius is an amazing alchemist and transmuter. So Temperance is that beautiful energy. It is recognizing, like, woo, I cannot necessarily say that because I'm going to have to face that person tomorrow, right? Okay, what is something you're missing from your energetic field? Idealism, and it's been coming up all day today. Last night was a full moon, guys, so the full moon does some things to us, but we have idealism and order. It's time to put your dreams into reality. It's not saying that you can't dream, but it is saying, how do we make that dream the reality? So we can dream big, but we need to actually give it structure so that we can bring in something stable that's going to fit, right? It's great to be like, oh, I want this huge dream, but what is it built off of, right? If you want a huge, successful life, like, what do you build it off of? Are you putting good things on your path? Right? So that's being very careful. Be so discerning about the people that you're making collaborations with. If you're going into financial, like, business offerings, make sure that you have that person, bring that simple, like, okay, be very realistic about what it is, right? Seeing people for who they are and not who you want them to be, and letting that be what the determining factor is. All right, let us see what we need. Guys, if you like my vibe, but you're not getting messages, it's because you're being silent, right? It is reciprocity. Okay, so Earth, we're going to take this message, babe, and then I'm going to head out pretty soon, but it does come back with order. You need to get a plan, right? You need to actually start, like, putting those blocks in place. So order is saying, start creating the path of what it is that you want. Okay, and the sacred sword, being so decisive, cutting people off, saying, nope, not today, right? Head over heart, saying, you know what? Logically, this doesn't make sense. So even though my heart may want to create it, right? I've got to be realistic with what my limitations in this moment are. So sacred sword is cutting people off because it's valuable for you and it'll be able to save you, right? So here's the challenge, even with the spiritual journey, right? You will, in spiritual journey, when you have to have people cut out of your life, spirit will excise them surgical precision style, and I speak from personal experience. The challenge is, while they're doing this, you are awake and it's very painful. But this is surgically excising the cancerous or the dark parts out of your life so that you can survive. It's one of those, do you want that cut out of your life or do you want to succumb to it? And yeah, it's painful to have it cut out, but succumbing to it is worse. Okay. All right. And Mary and me, my little love, we're doing collective energy reads. So we're not answering personal one-on-ones. If you want my time, come actually book with me, right? This is where we answer, like I say, everyone's, and if it fits, it sits. If it does not apply, let it fly. If it fits and it sits and you need more, then come sit with me. Not for you, though, is coming out. So it's like, if you've been trying to push this door, but it's locked, you can't keep pushing the door. Right? So not for you is recognizing if it's not for you, like, yeah, we don't like that, but be willing to divert, keep moving, be flexible to say, okay, if that's not for you, then I know that something is for me and I'm going to keep working until I get to that. The fates is recognizing, even though you have like a plan, you may actually have something that's going to be taken out of your hands. And that's kind of what that's feeling. The fates are saying this wasn't for you, but you have something better coming. So keep pushing, keep growing, because you're going to get everything you want and desire, but you have to be brave enough to say no to what isn't for you and be able to bring in what is. Chop wood. So if you're feeling restless, which is what it's feeling right now, it's saying go do something with your hands, right? Be productive, even if it doesn't feel productive. So like for me, here's an example, right? Chop wood. Because I've been in a stall where it's like I'm not quite where I can be and I'm frustrated, but instead of taking it out on myself or others, right, instead of cannibalizing my life because I'm in a holding pattern and I'm, we create. So this is saying chop wood is take and create. Like here's an example I made, and this is a product, guys. If you want to buy crayons from me, right? This was me chopping wood when I'm like, I'm so frustrated and I can't do anything right now. So chopping wood was saying, I'm going to go create, right? I'm going to take that energy and I'm going to alchemize and transmute it. So instead of, again, destroying myself or my own life because I'm feeling away, I went and distracted myself so that I wouldn't do damage. So chop wood is saying, go do something with that energy that isn't chaotic. It isn't destructive. It's like building. So doing something with your hands, get moving. Also tapping into your inner child. Your inner child needs protection and they want to talk to you. So if you haven't talked to them in a long time or honored that space within your chest that has that little boy or girl in you, it's time. Sit down with your inner child today and write them a little love note. All right? Or write it on your mirror. Tell your inner child, I love you. Write them a note today. And if you haven't, what are you waiting for? Do it right now. Right? If you have pen and paper, or even write it on yourself. I love you, Jay. I love you, Lara. Whatever it is, whoever you are, right? Saying, my inner child deserves that space to feel safe, and I am going to protect and nurture them because that is my job to do, not anyone else's. You are the protector and the guardian of your own inner child, so please protect that baby and love them and honor them and go back and actually, save them from that trauma, that pain in childhood, because while you can't fix the past, you can heal, grow, recognize, and live a better future. Your trauma does not define you. All right? All right, my little guys. I'm going to do one more little deck, and then we're going to hop out. I am Lara Joe, Siren Song Lover. If you like my vibe, you like my authenticity, you want to come work with me, right? Message me. Let's book a one-on-one. Where in your life are you overgiving? Hello, hello. Where in your life are you overgiving? Okay, message. It's falling on the ground, though. It's like you're waiting for those messages. But, guys, we just came out of Mercury retrograde, so those messages are coming out kind of garbled. So stop paying so much attention to what everybody outside of you is doing, right? Because if you're focusing on other people's lanes, you're going to crash out. Joe, speak it in your existence. And don't say you want a job, say you want a career. Right? Because there is a difference. Language is spelling. It is a spell. So instead of saying, will I get a job? No, I will find the career that satisfies all of my needs and more. Right? The messages are hitting you, though. And everything is mind. It starts within you before it becomes a reality. So start changing and rewriting your mindset, right? You control how you talk to yourself. You control how your thoughts form the world. So be brave enough to start speaking life in your world. The power of the tongue is the casting of a spell. That wasn't for me. That's for you to say to the universe, I will have a career that I absolutely adore. Because when you tell yourself that, then the universe has to listen and make it a reality for you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what your career is. You have to decide that and start pushing towards it. But if you need help with that, come book with me. Because I help people change their life in real life. We go from, will I get a job, to you're going to be living the job that is your, like, not a job, but you will be living your path. Right? People think we're supposed to have a job. No, you have a path. And if all you're doing is chasing jobs, you're never on your path, right? If you're busy making money for someone else, you're not actually doing what you were intended to do. We didn't come here to work for others. We came here to experience our most... No. Booking is not free. Like, you have to pay for my time. Right? What I do is huge, and I help people change their life in real life. Okay? And Aisha, yes, you need to focus more on your future. Like, this is the part. You can't, like, automatically say that they're going to cause a distraction. It's just recognizing if they become distracting, you need to be like, I got to remove myself from this relationship, or I have to step back so that I can focus on my education. Because boys and girls will come and go, but that knowledge will be forever. So make sure you invest in you and not someone else's dreams. All right. My guys, I'm Lara Joe, Siren Song Lover. I'm going to hop out. If you want to book a one-on-one with me, message me. But my prices are posted, right? I have them pinned. You would message me directly, and then we would figure out the payment side of it, and then we would get you a reading, right? But I am Lara Joe, Siren Song Lover, and I'm going to catch you later. So, all right. Hi, guys. Be safe. Have a great day. Catch ya.